over their arrogance of thinking they know how to do this. I'm extensively schooled and knowledgeable in and around network marketing. 20 years as a journalist, as a writer, interviewing people and all of that. And I'm actually, Max, proud of myself that I came here as a student. I mean, I teach stuff, you know. I run classes like this and have for years. But I came here as a student because it was very clear to me that there was a lot to learn from you about this. And I really set aside my know-it-all attitude. And willingly, I watch how you do something, and so much stuff resonates and occurs. For instance, I don't know if you're familiar with the work of a gentleman named Dr. Robert Cialdini. He's a psychologist, and he wrote a best-selling book called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. And in that book, he cites, I don't know how many, there are 6 major rules of human behavior. And the number one rule, the one that comes first, was reciprocity. And that is, for example, if you have me over to your house for dinner, you invite me and my wife and heaven forbid if you were patient enough, my children. You know, when I leave, I am compelled to say, Max, we gotta have you over. Human beings are reciprocal. So watching these conversations and what you teach people, when you speak, for example, about ask questions, you don't mention this, but the fact of the matter is, when you ask questions, human beings are reciprocal. They will ask you questions. And it's specific when you ask questions about what they do for a living and how it's going. And you drill down on that with genuine curiosity. Human beings are reciprocal. They're compelled to ask you. You don't have to look for the opening. You don't have to create the opening. Just trust it will come. Maybe not in this message. Maybe they got to go to sleep, go to work, they get a phone call. But it will come. That was one thing I learned today. And I think if more network... I loved that Marston, for example. There were 2 or 3 instances earlier on in that conversation where 90% of every network marketer I've ever met would have been down that person's throat with the opportunity. Immediately. But what you teach people is cool your jets, slow down, ask more questions, find out more about them. The number one thing in all sales and all marketing is trust. And it's a little simplistic because people wouldn't understand it, Max. What you're teaching is trust. You're teaching people how to create trust. If people learn this, I mean, in today's class, there were so many. One of the other things, and you didn't really point it out, you just demonstrated it. I mean, you don't talk about the intellectual side of it, Max. You just do it.
Well, I'm trying to keep it simple.
Well, yeah, and I'm paid by the word. So, excuse me, I get complicated. But one of the other things, for instance, when you talk about your postal worker and her success, I noticed immediately they didn't get together on opportunity. They didn't get together on their jobs. They got together on their love of horses. This is how we connect. And when you go over these profiles and you look at people, what connects it is, hey, you've got a schnoodle, I've got a schnoodle. You drive a Beamer, I drive a Beamer. You like this music, I like that music. You've traveled here, I've traveled there too. Those are the things that connect us. And from there, when we explore the relationship and ask questions, that's where we find out if there's an opportunity for the product or an opportunity for the opportunity. I'm eating this up, buddy. You know, this is like 1849, the California gold rush. That's what this is like on my space right now. And I said the difference is between what you do and what the other guys and gals are out there doing. They're selling picks and shovels. They're selling provisions. They're selling horses and pack mules. You know, some of them are even selling maps. But you're the only one I know who says to the miner who's come all the way to California from Philadelphia, the doctor who gave up his prosperous practice to go for gold in California. Max is the only one who says, look, I'll give you the picks and shovels, I'll give you the mules and the pack horses and the provisions and the maps, and I'll go with you. go with you and I'll show you exactly where the gold is. Like, we'll stand over it and I'll point and say, it's here. And I'll dig with you. And we'll dig it up and we'll get it, look at it, and we'll take it to the bank. That's what I'll help you do. Nobody else is doing that level of guide me. And that's, you do it a lot in the boot camp. You do it